As mentioned in my previous presentation, my choice for an astronomical observation was the constellation of Orion and the accompanying Orionid's meteor shower. The meteor shower is active for about 2 months, late September to late November, but the peak occurs during late October. And as luck would have it, I had plans to be an hour outside of the city during its peak. Since it is at its peak and it's one of the easier constellations to spot in the night sky, I chose that constellation and its respective meteor shower for my observation. So I conducted my observation of Orion and its shower 2 consecutive nights, early in the morning of both the 22nd and 23rd of October. These 2 days were declared the peak of the shower. I observed them in the backyard of the house I was staying at, and I was lucky enough that I had a working hot tub there, so once I had done my paper drawing, I was able to stave off the cold that way. My first observation started around midnight to completely clear skies, and once I was out long enough for my eyes to adjust to the night sky, the stars were very, very prominent. The sketch I took was of the constellation of Orion. In my planning, I intended to leave the constellation small on paper to allow room for proper meteor trail graphing, but I had learned ahead of time the meteors can be quite far off the constellation, but I didn't realize just how far the meteors could be away. I was able to get a couple meteors that were close enough to the constellation, but I saw plenty more than I was able to graph. I was able to observe firsthand why Orion is one of the easiest constellations to spot in the sky, which is due to how prominent the belt was. It is in almost a naturally straight diagonal line of three stars right through the middle of the sky, and I was able to spot it very, very quickly. Over the next hour, I saw somewhere close to 10 meteors, with one being so strikingly bright the whole night sky lit up a faint orange when it passed. Um, and it was unbelievable to see firsthand. After that hour, the clouds rolled in and visibility became very spotty. So my first observation ended pretty shortly after that, and the second night was nowhere near as striking as the first. A lot of clouds overhead, but I was able to still catch a couple more smaller meteors. I came away from this observation with a massive appreciation of how wonderful the night sky is, so much that I spent the next couple nights stargazing as well. I took enjoyment in finding a couple more of the constellations. I looked for Taurus and I looked for Ursa Major. I came to realize that astronomical observations are not as hard as I built them up in my head they were. They're quite easy to do, and there's a peaceful nature to them. They're almost meditative, and there's plenty of online resources online to find out when there's timed events going on. So anytime I find myself outside of the city, I plan on picking another one off the list and doing another observation. Thank you.